It's another day in the workroom. And Weiss. The girl is starting to lose it.
Emma wipes away the mirror message. Tigrera asks what challenge the queens would like today. Julika says she wants another acting challenge. Weiss says Julika would do horrible in an acting challenge. Julika asks Weiss how it feels to have no wins, and Emma laughs. Weiss says Julika has nerve challenging her after that lip sync. Sonia cuts Weiss off and says they know she's got a signature move.
Ever since Untucked, Weiss won't shut up about that signature move. I'm starting to get annoyed at her again.
Oh, these girls are starting to act like I'm not a threat. Well, that's their mistake.
Kitty says signature move is quickly becoming Weiss's catchphrase. Weiss tells Kitty to shut up, and she is doing a lot of talking for not having won a challenge. Emma says Kitty's fine, Weiss is the one talking out of her ass. Weiss tells the queens she's a threat. Emma says if you have to say it at this point, you're not. Weiss asks why no one is giving this same heat to Julika or Kitty, and Sonia says that they're not bothering anyone. Julika also adds that she has a win, so she can be a threat. Weiss says bullshit. Julika rolls her eyes.
Weiss seems like she'll be a lovely girl to kiki with after the season, but can she shut up?
Yes, Weiss can be a threat. But God. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, she's making me hope she flops.
Tigrera asks Kitty if she's going to be relying on her personality again this week. Kitty says she's going to ignore Tigrera. Tigrera asks why, and Kitty says she's tired of letting Tigrera use her and Emma for screen time. Tigrera tells Kitty she was just keeping it real. Kitty asks Hunk what challenge he wants today. Hunk admits he'd like another design challenge, but he's ready for anything. Tigrera asks Hunk if that's really true. Hunk asks what Tigrera means, and Tigrera says there's no way Hunk's ready for every challenge. Weiss sighs. Hunk says he's confident. Tigrera says is that really true? Hunk says until he flops, he's going to just keep giving it his all. Tigrera says we'll see.
I am feeling the pressure to perform well. But I think there's no reason to be concerned until you bomb.
You can't tell me Hunk is great at everything. It's just a matter of time until something trips him up.
Notice how once the sisters stopped taking the bait anymore, Tigrera tried to switch up and started pestering Hunk. I think Kitty might have been onto something when she said Tigrera was using them for screen time.
Hunk asks the queens how they're feeling. Weiss says she's hungry for a win. Emma says she wants to get a third win. Tigrera scoffs, and Emma says she can do it. Tigrera says they'll see. Sonia says Emma does still have more wins than Tigrera. Tigrera says barely. Sonia says she believes Emma can recover. Tigrera says she thinks Sonia doesn't have a storyline anymore. Sonia says Tigrera is the only one here who's worried about storylines.
I'm not going to bite my tongue anymore around these divas. Some of us are here to compete, and aren't trying to rely on drama to stay in this competition.
Sonia wins one challenge, and now she thinks she can just come for me. I'm not going to just let Sonia walk over me.
Now, who's that top bitch? It's you bitches. Now put on this clown costume and serve. Hello queens. I just want to congratulate you. We are officially at the halfway point of the competition.
It feels good to be halfway. There are a lot of fierce queens here.
Halfway, and I still haven't gotten a win yet. I'm going to have to win a challenge, soon. I'm gunning for today.
And to honor this occasion I think we should do something fun. So, queens. The library is open.
The reading challenge! I've been waiting for this. I'm definitely winning this challenge.
Up first, Kitty.
Tigrera. Why are you trying so hard to talk when you're clearly a power bottom? Julika. She truly is the definition of spooky queen. Because when the camera's not on her, she disappears.
Hunk.
I'm really not a shady queen, blame me. Emma. When you walk down the runway in those matronly shoes, all I can think of is that you make drag feel attainable. Kitty. Forget body T, you've truly got the person, T.
Blade Tigrera.
Emma. I tried to think of a read for you, but I just want to push you in front of a bus instead. Kitty. How does it feel being Emma's +1? Hunk. According to Blanley, you've truly put the eat in eating this competition. I guess that explains those teeth.
No, Hunk has nice teeth, that's just your reflection.
Oh shit.
Where did this Sonia come from? Because that was a read.
Tigrera is definitely an ugly queen. The gall of her to come for anyone's teeth, like she isn't showing off her plaque every time she opens her goddamn mouth.
Julika Kufane.
Weiss Schnee. You keep bringing up your iconic signature move, but so far your real signature has been wearing the same silhouette 6 times in 5 episodes. Emma, I was wondering if you would want to brand yourself as the flat queen. Flat personality, flat in the challenges, oh, and you look like a flat earther.
Emma.
Sonia. Oh, never mind. Hunk. They say it's important to be comfortable with who you are, and I can see you're very comfortable in those kitten heels. Tigrera. Julika. You're truly night and day. One is forgettable. The other is Julika.
Sonia, never mind.
Weiss Schnee. You truly are the Ice Queen, which is also how I feel about you in this competition. Ice cold. Kitty. Did you know all kittens are born blind? I guess that explains your runway package. Tigrera is truly breaking barriers to be here. She has shown Bakugan queens can be boring as shit.
Weiss Schnee.
Sonia, never mind. You have all this money, but you can't afford a non-lace front wig? Julika. Unpredictable is right because nobody predicts Julika to be good at something. Tigrera. If you want to read the sisters every day, can you at least take a breath mint first?
Honestly, with how friendly a lot of you are, I wasn't sure this challenge would eat. But there are truly a lot of shady bitches amongst you, and the shadiest of all is Sonia, never mind. Congratulations, you have won this week's mini challenge.
I'm very surprised at winning this challenge. I don't consider myself that shady.
Queens, only 7 of you remain, but there are only 3 spots in the finale. So, keep in mind what you need to do for yourself to secure your spot. Sonia, never mind. As the winner of the mini challenge, you will be choosing your team for today's maxi challenge.
Oh gag. I wish I knew what the challenge was for today.
Now pick the 2 queens you'd like to work with today.
The first queen I'm choosing is Hunk.
First pick again. I'm honored. Thank you, Sonia.
And for my final pick, this is a hard choice. But I want to break up the sisters this week. I'll choose Emma.
Well, Sonia does seem to recognize who truly is competition here.
Hunk is a versatile queen. And he'll be a good buffer between me and Emma, since I know she's going to be her usual bossy self.
I think it's ridiculous Hunk is getting picked over other queens in this competition. Everyone wants to be on his team cause he's everyone's friend. But I'm sorry, he's overhyped.
That means, Team A will be Sonia, never mind, Hunk, and Emma. And Team B will be Blade Tigrera, Weiss Schnee, Julika Kufane, and Kitty. Queens, for this week's Maxi Challenge, you'll be starring in Sashay Away, The Simpsons Tragedy. The before and after tale of the Simpsons family's run on Cartoon Drag Race, hosted by RuPaul. Julika Kufane, Weiss Schnee, Blade Tigrera, and Kitty. The 4 of you will be starring in Act 1 as The Simpsons, an unknown drag family with a dream to compete in front of RuPaul. Sonia, never mind, Hunk, and Emma. The 3 of you will be starring in Act 2 as The Simpsons, all having competed and lost Drag Race, as they are watching from home Bart Simpson becoming a double pork chop. Good luck, queens, and don't fuck it up.
I was hoping Sonia would choose me for her team. Weiss and I are going to have to find a way to make this work, because I do not want this fight to drag me into the bottom.
Tigrera, Julika, Kitty, and Weiss are reading their scripts. Julika asks if everyone's read the script. The queens say yes. Kitty goes over the roles. First is Marge Simpson, the matriarch of the Simpsons house, and a kind gentle drag mom. Homer Simpson, a dumb and funny drag queen who works days to pay for his drag. Bart Simpson, an inexperienced queen with a dream. And finally Lisa Simpson, a smart, albeit weird alternative queen. Julika says she wants to play Lisa. Weiss interjects and says Lisa should go to someone like her.
I'm not backing down. I need to make sure to get this part, and I'm not giving Ms. Invisible one of the better parts in this challenge.
Weiss says she should have the Lisa role instead of Julika. Tigrera says she'll take Marge, and Kitty says if no one wants Bart, she'll be taking Bart. Julika says they can audition for the role of Lisa.
This is kinda shady, but I think Julika wouldn't do a good Lisa. I fear she'd just disappear into this role, and then we'd have to make up for her performance.
Like Julika, would she do good as Lisa? I highly doubt it, at least not as good as Weiss will do, that's for sure.
Tigrera says they don't need an audition. Kitty says she thinks Weiss will do well as Lisa. Julika says she'd like to audition. Weiss says they've made their decision, they don't have time to waste. Julika groans and says that leaves her with Homer.
That was stupid. My drag is more alternative than Weiss's is. And Lisa is an outspoken political queen. I have friends who I was planning to draw upon for this performance. I don't know what Weiss is going to do with Lisa, and I don't know what I'm going to do with Homer.
Sonia is reading her script. Honk asks the others if he actually has bad teeth like Tigrera says. Emma tells Honk he's got good teeth, Tigrera is just delusional. Emma then goes quiet, before saying she's sorry for how she acted last week. She kinda overreacted to not getting the placement she wanted. Honk tells her it's fine, they're in a pressure cooker. Emma thanks Honk, and the two hug.
I had to apologize, I completely overreacted. If I hadn't been so heated, I wouldn't have been so distracted in the challenge last week.
Sonia asks if everyone has read the script. Emma and Honk say yes. Sonia then lists off the roles. First there is Marge Simpson, the matriarch who's competed twice, and won't let never making it past halfway define her. There's Homer Simpson, who peaked after his only win in season 1. And finally, Lisa Simpson, who's upset Bart Simpson is getting a second chance despite her doing better than him. Sonia says she'd like to be Marge Simpson, Emma says she'd like to play Marge. Honk says Marge is the role he'd like as well. The three go silent.
What are the odds that we all three wanted the same role?
Emma tells Honk he'd do good as Homer. Sonia agrees. Honk says but he'd like to play Marge still. Sonia says she doesn't think Emma and her could do a great Homer, and Emma says she'd try, but she thinks Honk would do better than her. Honk says he'll take Homer. Emma asks Sonia if they'd like to do another audition. Sonia says she'd honestly like the part of Marge, since in the last acting challenge, Emma walked away with the part she wanted. Emma thinks for a moment, then says Sonia can have the role. Sonia, surprised, asks if Emma's sure. Emma says yes, she thinks she wants a challenge and will play Lisa.
I'm surprised. I thought I was going to have to fight over that role.
What? I'm not always a bitch.
Tigrera, Julika, Kitty, and Weiss are doing a read-through of their lines. It gets to Weiss's part, and she starts to talk in a bizarrely high-pitched voice. When she stops, the other queens are just staring at her. Weiss reminds Kitty it's her part. Kitty asks why Weiss isn't taking their critiques, and Weiss says because their critiques were bad. Kitty then turns to Julika, and apologizes for not doing an audition. Tigrera also apologizes, and adds there is no way she could do any worse than Weiss. Weiss says it wasn't that bad, and Julika suggests they switch roles. Weiss shouts at Julika they're not switching roles, and Tigrera says they don't have time to learn a new part. Julika groans and asks how long they have. Kitty says they have probably 20 minutes before they have to start getting ready. Julika says she's going to work on her runway then and walks away to her station. Weiss says they should bring Julika back, they can't have her dragging them into the bottom. Tigrera says Julika isn't the one who will drag them into the bottom. Weiss stares at them.
These girls are acting like I'm the problem here. Ain't no way I'm going to do that bad. Julika isn't even practicing her part anymore, and they don't want to do anything about it.
Weiss is going to be a horrible Lisa. I'm almost tempted to add a reveal or cape to my runway. I'm just going to have to settle with being the best in this week's challenge, so Weiss doesn't take me down with her.
Weiss just doesn't have a personality for Lisa. She's just doing this ugly squirrel voice. Like nails on a chalkboard. And she's got no character at all.
Emma, Kitty, and Sonia are doing their makeup. Sonia asks what Julika is doing, and Kitty says she's working on her runway. Emma asks if she's going to be ready in time for the challenge. Kitty says she doesn't have a choice because Weiss is going to torpedo her team. Weiss comes over and asks Kitty if she has something she'd like to say. And Kitty tells Weiss she's so uptight, and is so busy complaining about being safe, but likely wouldn't take the judge's critiques. Weiss says she cares about the judge's opinion, not her opinion, and suggests Kitty is just trying to get in her head. Kitty then turns and starts yelling at Weiss, asking if she's stupid. Why would she want to set up her own teammate? Weiss says no one in this workroom ever takes her side, it's clear most of them don't like her. Kitty asks Weiss if she even realizes she could drag them into the bottom. Weiss says she's not dragging anyone into the bottom. Kitty tells Weiss that Blanley likes to judge in teams, and none of them want to be in the bottom because of her. Weiss then goes to speak, but Kitty cuts her off and says she needs to take a walk and leaves the workroom. Emma follows after her. Julika comes over and starts doing her makeup. Sonia asks her how she's doing. Julika says she's fighting to stay today. Weiss and Julika make eye contact in the mirror. They give each other a nasty look, and Weiss walks off.
I'm sorry. That bitch has completely lost it. She wants to waste our time pretending she's right, and dodge any serious critiques. I'm so done with Weiss. Can she just go home now?
Aside from Hunk, literally everyone in this workroom makes shady comments whenever I'm around. Now, you want me to suddenly believe you have my best interests in mind. After bringing up every moment May's dress. After pretty much avoiding me in the workroom. No, I don't care for Kitty's opinion. And I'm not sorry for it.
Oh shit. What happened on Kitty's team? She's usually not like this.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Toon Madness. I'm your host Blanley Stacey Andrews O'Halloran. Please welcome our resident judge, from Inside Out, Bill Anderson. Bill, have you ever been to one of the Simpsons shows?
I'd rather go to a Sissy Delmaz show.
Me too. And our extra special guest judge, the host of Cartoon Drag Race Philippines, Ka Gamine Len. Len, can you please speak to Ione? She's been calling me non-stop and threatening to sue me over Sissy spraying Lola in the eyes.
Blanley, I love you like a sister, but my hourly rate for being here isn't anywhere near high enough to get me to speak to Ione on the clock.
Some sister. This week, our queens were tasked with acting in Sashay Away, The Simpsons Tragedy. And tonight on the runway, category is Business Suit Extreme. Racers, start your engines, and may the best drag artist win. Emma, Kitty, Blade Tigrera, and Sonia Nevermind had a great performance.
I think I can play the annoyed sister well. But if I were in that position, I think I'd just be rooting for Kitty. Not that I would ever flop as hard as The Simpsons.
Bart is a lot more of a personality queen than anything. He has a wild energy that you almost forget how completely delusional he is. I had a lot of fun.
My Marge Simpson was the star of the show. Much like the real one, wouldn't you say?
Emma and I did great playing off each other. Is this what it means to be mother? Because my Marge mothered.
Julika Kufane and Honk had a good performance.
Homer was not my first choice. But I gave it my all. I just hope it's enough to keep me out of the bottom.
I had fun with Homer, although, I admit I don't have the deepest connection to the character.
Weiss Schnee had a bad performance.
So, for Lisa, I decided to go with this goofy voice. I just know it's going to be such a hilarious performance. I might even be in the top tonight.
category is Business Suit Extreme.
For my business suit extreme look. For my business suit extreme look. I come out in this black jacket. The cape of this jacket reaches the back of the stage, thanks to my modifications in the workroom. And the only thing holding it together is a single belt around my body. And after I allow the judges to eat it all up, I take the coat off, to reveal this opulent gothic business suit. I'm serving Lydia Dietz, who owns 99% of this $1 million company.
Emma, Blade Tigrera, Kitty, Hunk, and Weiss Schnee had a great runway.
I think it's fair to say business suits are my drag. For my business suit extreme look, I had to try and outdo my premiere outfit. I come out with this red and black coat draped over my shoulders. This coat reaches all the way to the floor. The shoulder pads are flourished and just right. My pants are bejeweled and practically dripping with diamonds.
For my business suit extreme look, I come out in this sleeveless business suit, which lets me show off my muscles. My pant legs are all ripped, and I'm wearing hats, upon hats, upon hats. And I'm just letting the judges see me flex these biceps. As the owner of this classy boxing business.
For my business suit extreme look, I come out in this red suit. My shoulders are exaggerated, and the look itself is boxy, creating this hourglass figure. And I can tell the judges are living for my delivery of the outfit.
For my business suit extreme look, I'm wearing this rainbow patterned suit. And I'm giving very much masculine appearance. But then I spin, ripping my shirt off, and reveal this floor-length black velvet dress. I'm serving the businessman by day, and drag queen by night fantasy.
For my business suit extreme look, I walk the runway in this silver pants suit. The tips of my jacket and pants have these snowflake patterns cut out of them. And I've even painted a large snowflake on my face.
Sonia Nevermind had a good runway.
For my business suit extreme look, I come out in this campy butler look. The suit is prim and proper, and designed after the suits the staff back home wear. I've even put on this comical mustache. And I'm having fun on the runway tonight.
Thank you, queens. Tonight, you will be judged in teams. We will start with Act 1, Team B.
I'll start off with Tigrera. In my opinion, in the challenge, you were the standout of your team. Tonight, we've seen two very distinct sides of your drag. Starting with your Marge Simpson, I bought into your small-town mom with a dream energy. You came out and showed this maternal side to you, but then here on the runway, I'm getting power, and I'm getting strength, and the sense of a businesswoman who will punch her way to the top, literally. I love a queen that can adapt and take risks, and that paid off for you tonight.
Now Kitty, I like how you managed to capture the chaotic Delulu energy of Bart Simpson. It was a joy whenever you were on screen. You managed to take Bart's signature catchphrases and make them your own. And on the runway tonight, this was such a creative take on the theme. The look is campy, and it toes the line between cardboard box and fashion. But my favorite part was you came out here and sold the look to us. Keep doing what you're doing, and it will do wonders for you in this competition.
Weiss, I did not connect to your Lisa Simpson. The issue for me was you failed to capture the personality of Lisa, and instead relied on using this unusual high-pitched voice. And rather unfortunately for you, it did not land. Now as for your runway, I like that you managed to change your silhouette tonight. I've been meaning to talk to you about that, but this is nice. I like the snowflake patterns. This is what I imagine Mrs. Claus wears to the North Pole Board meetings.
Weiss, I really like your look. I wish I liked your challenge performance as much, but I do have to agree with Blanley, it didn't land. Julika, I wanted to come out here and read you for filth. But I have to admit, this is easily one of the best runways of the night. So, I think I'll keep it simple, and say I prefer a queen who will take a risk and fail to a queen who only manages to play it safe. And I found your challenge performance rather safe.
Thank you, Len. I think.
Julika, I do feel Homer is a queen that is outside of your wheelhouse. Don't get me wrong, it was a good performance. But comparing you to Tigrera and Kitty, it was one of the weaker performances of your team. However, I am glad to say that Queen from episode 2 is back. The way you walked out here, and all eyes were on you. You made this your stage. Oh, and this outfit. I am honestly in love with your jacket. It's opulent, gothic, and business attire all in one. Overall, I think your team was overall fine. There were some strong performances and some not so strong performances. It's just at this stage, we're picking hairs. Now for Act 2, Team A.
Hunk, let's start on your challenge performance. I thought you did fine tonight as Homer. However, that's not the same as amazing. I think you did struggle to connect to the character a bit. But it was still a good performance. Now as for this runway. Hunk, this was a phenomenal piece. I got the story you were selling. I just have one thought. This was very gay.
Sonia, you're too young to mother this hard. To not only play Marge, but to have to follow up Tigrera's performance is no easy feat. You held your own tonight, and I applaud you for that. Now as for your runway. I think this look is cute. It's nothing amazing, but there's a lot of charm to it. I think the one thing I'm missing here is the extreme part of the category. Because the category is business extreme, and this is just a fancy butler costume. So, if I were you, I'd remember to always think what I can add to a look. This is drag, we want the spectacle. But this is still a fun look, and a great night for you.
Emma, this is the glow up you needed. You've had me worried for these past few weeks. But tonight, that fierce diva has once again graced us tonight. Your performance as Lisa was incredible. You had the reads, the quirkiness. It really felt like you were the character. Even though I have eyes and you're clearly not Lisa Simpson. And what really shined for me was the chemistry you had with Sonia. The two of you were playing off each other so well. I think that was my favorite part tonight. And let's talk about this runway. Now first, a business suit is not really an original look for you. But this is the category, so what room do I have to complain? What really speaks to me is the style of your outfit. I'm getting main character energy, which is really what we want to see. Overall, this team was well attuned. You all knew your parts, and there was some fantastic chemistry in the performance. Alright queens, I've made some decisions. Blade Tigrera. You are safe, and may step to the back. Team A. You are the winning team, but only one of you may win. Hunk. Did you know both Hunk and Homer start with an H? Sonia, never mind. Tonight, you showed that there is no difference between a mother and a queen. Emma. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Sonia, Nevermind and Hunk, you are safe and may step to the back.
First queen to 3 wins, and none of these other girls have 2 wins even. Did you have doubts? Well, obviously, I'm the one to root for.
Damn. I honestly thought I would get my second win tonight. Emma just keeps soaking up all the wins. It's going to be even harder to catch up to her now.
Now tell me I'm not in the bottom 3 because of Weiss's performance. Oh, if I end up having to lip sync because of her, I'm going to send her packing.
Weiss Schnee. Tonight, your Lisa Simpson froze to death. Julika Kufane. On the runway you're a showstopper, but in the challenge, not so much. Kitty. I won't waste any more of your time. You are safe, and may step to the back. That means Julika Kufane, Weiss Schnee. I'm sorry my dears, but you are up for elimination.
I swore to myself I wouldn't fall into this position again. But the timid meek little Jolika from back then isn't here anymore. Weiss wants me to fight to stay, I'll give her a fight.
2 queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourselves from elimination. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Honestly, I'm rooting for Jolika. But I'm expecting her to go home. Weiss has been bragging about her signature move all season. And I'm just expecting her to wipe the floor with her.
The lip sync song is Femme Fatale by Genevieve Waite.
Now this is what I do. Julika is done for. I'm going to send her back to Paris with this signature move. She won't know what hit her.
Oh no, Weiss Schnee jumped off the stage.
You spent all that time bragging about how great your signature move is. And that's what you do.
Weiss Schnee is a lip sync assassin, alright. It takes skill to assassinate yourself in a lip sync.
I'm not sure what Weiss was doing, but I made sure not to let it affect my lip sync.
Julika Kufane had a good lip sync. Weiss Schnee had a bad lip sync. I've made my decision. Julika Kufane, Shantae you stay. Weiss Schnee, you have shown me this season just how talented you are. Now, I must let you go out and prove it once again to the world. Now, sashay away.
Well, the joke's on you. This life is mine.
Queens, I feel a chill down my spine. I think I'm missing something. So if you'll excuse me, I need to make a couple phone calls. You may go untucked. Back in Untucked, Emma jumps onto the table and screams. The queens laugh, and Hunk says someone is feeling really good about winning the challenge. Emma says she's just happy to be in the 3 Wins Club. The queens congratulate Emma on winning the challenge, and Julika on winning the lip sync. Julika then asks why Weiss jumped off the stage. Kitty just says, signature move, and the queens burst out laughing. Tigrera says she wouldn't tip, and in fact she wants Weiss now to pay her $5. Which gets a couple chuckles. Emma says she's got 3 wins like Lee. Tigrera says she was thinking Zoroark. Emma says she's sure she's a Lee Kanker. Sonia then tells them to stop. If they say Kanker 3 times May Kanker appears, and the queens laugh. Emma then says, Kanker, and the queens laugh again. Kitty says she's still upset Weiss dragged her into the bottom with her. Tigrera agrees with Kitty, and says she deserved to be in the top over Hunk. Hunk just sips his drink. Julika says it feels good to win a lip sync and not cry over one instead. Hunk and Sonia tell Julika it's nice to see her smile. Julika thanks them. Tigrera then says she thinks Kitty is next to go. Kitty says she's not planning to leave. Tigrera then says Kitty is the only queen without a win. Kitty says whatever, and Tigrera asks the other queens if they agree. Hunk says he hopes to win another challenge soon. Julika then says he has to stop Emma first. Emma gets up and does a little dance. Kitty tells Emma she's beautiful, she looks like Linda Evangelista, you're a model. The queens laugh, and Hunk ends up spilling his drink on himself, which prompts a laugh from the queens. Kitty asks if they think Blaney was hinting at a queen returning to the competition, and Tigrera says they'll send anyone right back out. The queens cheer to being the top 6.